In today's episode of the Everything Crypto Show, I'm going to break down the top 3 altcoins that I am expecting to see major gains for the month of June. Now, before we hop into the content, just a friendly reminder that I am not a financial advisor. I am simply here for your crypto news and entertainment purposes. And if you do enjoy the content, please consider hitting that sub and like button and turn that notification bell on so you can be notified when all of our latest videos go live on the channel. So without further ado, we are going to hop right into today's top 3 list. Now, starting off with spot number 3, I have put Crowcoin at this spot. Okay, this coin is down about 7% over the past week, 8% over the past month. It is still up 92% over the past year. And if we take a look at this chart right here, I mean, you can see that this chart is definitely nowhere near the levels of Bitcoin or Ether. It is still well off of previous all-time highs. So if you do believe that this coin, can continue to grow, that Crypto.com can continue to grow its Crow holder base, then this coin has a lot of room to run back up to that $1 mark, currently sitting at about 11.5 cents. Now, there is a more near-term catalyst in the month of June that I am looking at specifically, and that is the Cronos ZK EVM. So this is going to be their layer 2 blockchain built on top of the Ethereum mainnet. They are looking to bring a ton more users to the Cronos chain. And with Crow as the native gas token, this would hypothetically increase both the demand and the utility for this altcoin itself. So the way this proposed blockchain is looking is you have the Cronos POS chain as the layer 0. This is where you go to stake your Crow for that 7.5% yield, which is very competitive there amongst the largest altcoins. Then you have the Cronos EVM blockchain, the layer 1, and then the Cronos ZK EVM, or the Cronos Hyperchain as I like to call it. And this is their layer 2 solution that bridges the gap between the Cronos ecosystem and the broader Ethereum ecosystem, which is massive. So that would mean some very big things for the Cronos ecosystem if it was to take off. And they're really looking to solve 3 key problems with DeFi at the moment. The first one is liquidity fragmentation on all the different layer 1s and layer 2s, which they're looking to connect through this hyperchain with a shared liquidity, with a shared bridge for unified liquidity. Second is the complexity in yield generation. Now, this one is super interesting. Instead of actually taking your coins and staking them on the on the Cronos layer 2, simply by holding Crow, by holding ETH, and by holding stable coins on this chain, you are already earning yield as these tokens are being staked on the back end in liquid staking protocols, effectively meaning that all you have to do is bridge to the layer 2 to begin earning that yield. And the last one is account abstraction. So I think a big issue with DeFi right now is, like, for someone who doesn't understand DeFi or who is new to the space, sending stuff to MetaMask and interacting with different dApps, it definitely can be challenging. And account abstraction basically takes a lot of the complexities and deals with them on the back end, making the front end a much more seamless user experience. So I do think that, regardless of the outcome of this launch, that just the hype for this launch alone should see Crowcoin making some pretty big moves in the month of June. And while we were talking about some altcoins I am looking at picking up for the month of June, I do want to take a minute to shout out NDAX, which is my preferred trading platform of choice. They've been around for a while now, but they have just undergone a massive rebrand. So new brand, new launch, and so many more features that they are bringing to the table for users. So to start off, one of the things I really like about NDAX is their low trading fees and their vast selections of features that they have for users. So we're going to take a look at just a few of my favorites right now. And for starters, right off the bat, let's just take a look at the trading pairs they have. I mean, we got Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, XRP, Matic, HBAR, Cardano, Chainlink, AVAX, Render, Arbitrum, Quant, Inge, like so many altcoins that we cover here on the channel are all available on NDAX. And not only that, but we did mention the low fee trading that they offer. So we can see here that for every $100 that we are putting in on both the buy side and on the sell side, we are only getting charged 20 cents as a trading fee. They do also have an advanced trading feature that brings an intuitive interface, multiple charts, multiple multiple order types and real-time market data as well. They also got staking, which will allow you to put your crypto to work to generate that passive income. And you can actually see the coins that are offered here. So 13% on Cosmos, 12% on Polkadot, 11% on TIA, 8% on the Graph, 7% on Near, 5.5% on Solana, 5% on Polygon, 3.7% yield on ETH, and 3% on Cardano. So you can put your crypto to work generating that passive income. They have other features including dollar cost averaging, and they are looking to be a one-stop shop for all of your crypto needs. You can get all of your market indicators right here, such as the exchange indicators, the directional movement index, as well as future exchange indicators. And they also got a heat map, so you can always stay up to date on what is happening in the market. So shout out to NDAX here for being my preferred trading platform of choice, and thank you for offering some of the lowest fees and a great selection of altcoins to Canadian users. Now moving into spot number 2, we do have Render. This is my favorite AI altcoin on the channel. We've been covering it since last year, and it's had a really impressive performance from the bear market bottom here at about 40 cents, currently sitting at $10.28. Now, despite being up 34% on the month, it's been consolidating here since about May 6th, more or less, kind of just range bound between the $10 and $11.50 range, more or less. And I do think, based on some upcoming catalysts, that we could see this coin make a run for all-time highs in the month of June. So the first one here is RNP11. We covered this in our last Render video, but essentially, Render partnered up with one of the biggest AI companies in the world, Stability AI, who is looking to create a more open source approach. So what they're offering to do here is basically work with Render to create and augment 1 billion 3D assets for model training, for large language models, for media purposes, whatever the case may be. Now, this is where Render comes in specifically. First of all, Render nodes will participate in asset creation and storage. 2, buyers interested in using the dataset will pay exclusively in Render on the network. So to actually access this massive dataset of these 1 billion 3D assets for model training, you have to actually use Render to purchase them. And 3, users will have the option to stake Render and then receive rewards from nodes who generate training revenue. So effectively, they are looking to increase the demand for the Render token by making it a necessity to purchase these datasets, while they are looking to shrink the buy-sell supply through offering staking. And granted, the AI narrative has been really hot in the market, not just crypto, but also the stock market. I mean, I'm sure if you follow the stock market, NVIDIA has been pretty much the biggest story over the past year and a half. And I think, a part of that can be attributed to Render's success, but I do believe that this narrative is one that is set to continue. And I do think that Render is going to continue to be a prime beneficiary of that. So that is why I do remain bullish on this altcoin. And additionally, I do like this consolidation at the $10 area. Typically speaking, round numbers do tend to behave as pretty strong areas of support and resistance. So the fact that we are kind of building a base at $10 makes me believe that this thing wants to run up to $14 plus in, definitely in the future. But I do think we'll see some big moves in the month of June specifically. Now, another reason is because of Apple's WWDC event set for June 10th. And they are looking to supposedly cover what they are planning to do with AI. Now, last year when we had the Apple WWDC event, we saw a major run up into the event, and then we saw a cool off after the event. And a lot of this was based on the speculation that Octane X, which is powered by the Render network, actually would be featured on the Apple Vision Pro. And that did end up being the case. You can see right here on the Mac App Store that Octane X is available, but it is also available for the Apple Vision Pro for 3D content creation. And that is why Render comes in at spot number 2. Now, taking a look at spot number 1, I want to talk about Ethereum. I'm sorry, I know it's boring. It's the second biggest coin. I get it. However, I think that Ethereum presents one of the most interesting opportunities from a risk-reward perspective. So let's talk about the risk side first. And when it comes to the risk, I mean, if you want to define risk in the crypto market, the least riskiest is Bitcoin, okay? And the second least riskiest, in my opinion, is Ethereum. Ethereum is the second largest crypto by a landslide. I mean, it's 445 bill in market cap compared to BNB in fourth with 88 bill. Solana was 77 bill. And then, yeah, XRP is all the way down there at 29 bill behind Solana. But, you know, from a risk-reward perspective, Ethereum does have some of the best risk-reward ratio on the market, in my opinion. And on the reward side of things, I think that there are a lot of tailwinds working in favor of Ethereum right now. And the biggest one is the spot ETF approval. Now, we saw SynFuture CEO Rachel Lynn say that she believes Ether could hit 15 to 22.5K in this bull run. Personally, I don't think that happens. I will be looking to take profit in the 5-figure range, but definitely not this high. However, I think that if we factor in and we consider that, you know, Ethereum has been underperforming Bitcoin as of recently, really ever since the beginning of 2023, I think that Ethereum, I think it's time to basically outperform Bitcoin from here. I think that we are now entering phase 2 of the market cycle in which Ethereum leads the pack, and that's a good thing because after we see Ethereum lead the pack, this money does tend to then trickle into altcoins. So we can take a look at the Ether Bitcoin valuation, has seen a nice bounce here since we actually got the expected the spot ETF approval. And if we zoom out here, you're going to notice like this is actually bouncing perfectly off of this long-term trend line that we did have here on the Ether Bitcoin pair, breaking out of this downtrending channel right here above the bull market support band. So to me, on all indicators, both fundamental and technical, Ethereum does look very strong and poised for a very good performance in June, in my opinion. Obviously, granted that it is a good month for crypto, generally speaking. So on that note, I hope you did enjoy the content in today's video. I hope you are all staying happy, safe, and healthy, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace out for now.